Good morning, everybody. Do you know what? This car, there's just nowhere I can, look, there's nowhere I can really greet you. Everyone's gonna be like, Zoe, just give it up. Just give up the vlogging. You don't know what you're doing anymore. You're an OAP in the land of content creation. I'm just gonna hold it here. Oh my God. This has to be the quickest intro ever because I'm already running late for my nail appointment, which I'm very, very excited for. I'm gonna get some cute little fruits on my nails. Poppy sent me this very cute picture and was like, how cute are these nails? I was like, that is some great nail inspo. Thank you very much. I am going to, I don't know how to put this. There we go. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna get those on my nails. I'm also getting my toenails done, which is a real treat. And the biggest part of all of this is I'm on my own. I'm without any children and it feels very strange. I think this is like the 5th time ever that I've done anything without at least Novi. I'm gonna have to put you here because I need to put my braces in. I'm on week 6 of 14 of my braces. I need to put them in. It's changeover day. So let's see. Wow, tight. Very tight. Okay, there we go. Put a bit of lip oil on. Right, let's go. Let's go and get our nails done. Yes, I did eat some triple chocolate cookie for my breakfast on the way in. Don't judge me. Right, I need to go. I really need to go. Novi. Hello.
Who's that?
Alfie and Novi have come to meet me. We're having a
So jumpy in here, look at that.
I know, she's like trying to jump. Probably gonna get a little falafel wrap. Do you want to get it now or in a bit? May as well get it now.
No, we might as well. Because we're not going to eat it in town, are we?
No.
Eat it when we get home.
We've picked up a falafel. I always go for the halloumi wrap, which technically doesn't have falafel in it. So I'm not a true falafel fan, but I have had the falafel there and it is very good. Alfie's gone for falafel though. Look at that monkey.
Yeah, that's one good.
Oh my God, I used to have that little high chair that it's in.
Is my bum hanging out?
No.
I feel like my trousers are falling down. I feel like a teenage boy, like back in the day, purposely having my boxers showing.
He's got a coffee. Sun's out.
Mooching around the lanes, just very happy.
This is literally, I love doing this. It does make me happy just to mooch. Got my Knoops. Now we're making our way back to the car. We don't come to this park enough. This is a cute little part of the middle of Brighton.
I used to come with just like mates and have lunch and just sit down like.
Did you?
Yeah.
What's this park called?
I don't know if it's a park or if it's just
Part of the pavilion.
part of the pavilion, like the grounds.
Ooh.
Oh, 1 minute. I think you just joined a 5k. Might join in.
Okay, I'm back in the car. We are heading home. Alfie's back in the car he got here in, and we are gonna head back. The Knoops I got, for anyone that's interested, is 54% milkshake because they use like whipped, like Mr. Whippy ice cream in it. So yeah, it's pretty delicious. I was actually really unsure of like what the weather was going to be like today. Yesterday it was so hot. Today is a bit like, is it hot, is it cold? I don't know. The sun's out 1 minute, then it's not, and then it's kind of chilly. So I've got a jumper on still, guys, and it's the middle of June. It's just not on. It's just not on. Nails are done. I am obsessed. So thank you for the inspo, Poppy. Little fruits, so cute. And as I said, we did my toes as well. So I'm feeling fresh, feeling ready for spring, summer, whenever that decides to grace us. I actually was listening to a podcast on the way here, which is by Liv Purvis and Charlotte Jacqueline, and it's called The Fringe of It. And they've just done a new episode. It's the first one in like 4 years. So I was listening to that. I'm very much enjoying it. So I shall be listening to that on the way home as well. Okay, I need to take my braces out so I can actually sip this milkshake on the way home. Bye. Right, let's get home. I've escaped, everyone. And I've come upstairs. I feel like I really rushed the intro to this vlog, and you guys know I love a chat. I like to feel like we've had a catch up, and because I haven't been uploading as often as I have been, I feel like that catch up's not happening as frequently. So I just wanted to take a bit of a moment to reconnect. Let me know in the comments how you are, how your year is going so far. I actually cannot get my head around the fact that it's June already. How is it June already? Rushed out the house this morning. I did the most minimal makeup. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Most days, I don't bother with makeup. I remember when I first had Otti, I was like, oh, I don't get as much time to kind of do my hair and makeup as I did before. Now, that feels like I had so much time to do my hair and makeup, even though it was far less than before I had a child. Now with 2 children, I'm like, how does anyone with more than 1 child ever get ready fully for the day? Like properly, fully get ready and leave the house at like a decent time. Like it's a real rarity and kind of somewhat of a luxury, I have to say. Like a full hair wash, style, fresh face of makeup, like top to toe makeup, like everything you really want to do is rare. I don't know how anyone does it. If you are a parent of multiple kids, please tell me your secret to like the morning routine and the nighttime routine, because I just feel like we've not quite nailed those. I do feel like it's very trial and error, and I think what makes it a little difficult, and I remember this with Otti, is that you get yourself into somewhat of a routine with like a 1-month-old, a 2-month-old, a 3-month-old, and then they turn 4 months and everything changes and they go into like the 4-month sleep regression, and then the routine has to adjust slightly. And now that we also have Otti, it's like things change with Otti and then things change with Novia. They grow at such a quick rate that I feel like the routine is kind of changing all the time. So once I feel like we're nailing a routine, give it a couple of weeks and then I just feel like we're having to start from scratch and do it all over again. And I think that's the bit of parenting that leaves me feeling like a frazzled chicken. No, a headless chicken, a frazzled mess / headless chicken. This is an indication of how my brain is currently working. Struggling to, actually not struggling, that's the wrong word. Trying to work out how to be Zoe in the chaos of parenting too. I haven't got anything to update you on in terms of that, because I have to say a lot of your comments were very, very reassuring, and thank you so much for taking the time to share with me and others in the comment section of the last video that you too have felt that, or that you understand that, because that is honestly just the nicest feeling. And it is such a strange thing, because I'm like, I know I'm me and I'm enjoying life, but at the same time, like, am I me? Like, who am I? My brain is not functioning the same, my body is not the same, I don't have the time I had before to be doing all the things I was doing. I can't give the people that I love and care about the same capacity of myself that I was giving them before, and that just makes me feel guilty and rubbish, because I just feel like I'm being a rubbish friend or a rubbish like family member, rubbish parent. It's like all the emotions bundled up into, like, I imagine it's a bit like you know those people that love collecting elastic band balls? I imagine it's that. Like, if you imagine every elastic band is like a different thought or a different feeling. I feel like the ball just gets bigger and bigger, whereas actually sometimes it would be nice to just to take all the elastic bands off and just sort of like lay them all out and be like, right, this is helpful, this not so much. But I just feel like it's the elastic band ball right now. But you know what, I'm taking you along for the journey. But yeah, thank you for your comments. It does make me feel a lot better that it's not just me that kind of like loses myself in the postpartum identity crisis. One of the things that I had so many messages about, and I actually always do whenever I touch on this topic, I get a lot of people message me about it, or like ask me questions, and that is that we had a sickness bug in the house about 3 weeks ago. I'm just going to say here, for anyone with a emetophobia, anyone who might find this video slightly triggering, I'm just going to give you a warning now that I'm not going to go into details. No one needs that. No one needs that. But I am going to be like touching on that and my phobia. So you can skip ahead if you want to. Otti has been unwell before, but it was travel related. So, and my phobia is very much, I don't want to be sick. I'm not great with other people being sick, don't get me wrong. Like, I still have a phobia of sick. And I did have to do a bit of an emergency call to my therapist because I really struggled. And so many of you asked me about it because you too struggle with the same thing. And before we do a bit more of a deep dive into that, I feel like this is the perfect segue into the paid advertiser of today's video, which is BetterHelp. I've worked with BetterHelp before, and actually so many of you had used them on my last recommendation and had messaged me to say how much it had really helped you, which to me was just so lovely to hear. As someone who has been a very anxious human being since I can remember, finding the right therapist and beginning the journey of talking to somebody about something that's really troubling you, like really troubling you, is so hard. And I know so many of you watching my videos and just in general really struggle with that, or have something that you're really struggling with mental health wise. And had BetterHelp been around when I was 18, 19, desperately searching for somewhere to find a therapist, I would have absolutely loved to have had a service like this. And for those of you that might not be aware, BetterHelp connects you with a credentialed therapist who can help you or give unbiased advice. They usually match you with a therapist within 48 hours, which I think is amazing if you're really struggling and you feel like you don't have anyone in your life that you can talk to, which is super common. And that literally makes me so sad, because I feel like one of the things people always say is like, make sure you reach out to somebody that you trust or that you really love. But for a lot of people, they might not have that option, or they might not want to do that. And actually sometimes speaking with somebody who is unbiased is what people prefer to do. So you can do all this from the comfort of your own home. You can use my link down below. It's betterhelp.com/Zoe Sugg. I will leave it down below, as I said. You go on over, you fill out a quick questionnaire, and then they're able to match you with a credentialed therapist, and you can communicate with them through various different ways. You can message, you can also do video calls, and I just think it's a great service for any of you that might really want to reach out to somebody but have no idea where to begin, or you've struggled to find the right person to speak to. Plus, if you find that you're not really gelling with the therapist that they've matched you with, which does happen, I do think finding the right therapist for you is super important. You can switch out and try somebody else. As I said, I'll leave the link down below. It's betterhelp.com/Zoe Sugg. There will be a special discount applied to my link, and if you are in a place right now where you feel that that would be a huge benefit, then it is there, it is available to you. And I mean, you guys know how much I love therapy. I could talk about therapy all day. I feel like at this point I could be a therapist. I know I couldn't, but I have been doing therapy for so long, and I say this all the time, and I actually say this to my therapist a lot too, is that like, I don't know what kind of person I would be if I didn't have the therapy that I'd had. Like, it has changed my life. Having said that, as I said, I did have to reach out to my therapist for a bit of a like emergency. I'm broken because my child is ill. And so many of you ask me about emetophobia because you also have emetophobia. Isn't it funny that you can feel like you're the only one that has this like extreme phobia or something, and then the minute you speak about it, it's like all of a sudden thousands of people are like, me too. And then instantly you're like, that makes me feel so much better. I've always had a phobia of sick since I can remember. I have no idea what the catalyst moment was that turned that into a phobia of mine. We've never really got to the bottom of that, but apparently it is a very common phobia that is set up when you're a child. It's something genuinely that I think about every single day at some point, and I feel like if you also have emetophobia, you'll be able to relate to this in a sense of, I check dates on everything, I overcook everything that has the potential to like something like meat, I will overcook it. I cannot risk anything, and it's almost become habit, I suppose. I used to like pavement scan. I used to work in the city of Bath every weekend, so you can imagine arriving into work at 8 AM on a Saturday morning after a wild Friday night out. It was almost like comical. It was like, is this a joke? Like, why does the universe hate me? Every Saturday walking from the train station to where I needed to be, it was like dodge the sick splat. And I used to start my day off with like this adrenaline fueled body, and I don't know if anyone else is like this. This is where I'm hoping you're all gonna like reassure me again in the comments of this video, but I can still picture every single experience, moment, visualization of every vomit I've ever seen or witnessed or walked past. It's like it goes in. I have quite a strong photographic memory anyway, but this is where it like really torments me because I find it such a trigger. It's like it really goes in there. Every encounter I have ever had with it is a memory that I can bring forward and visualize and see since I was a kid. When I wrote about this on my Instagram recently, so many people said, how did you cope? What did you do? First thing I will say is I needed to hear the reassuring things like, you don't always catch it. When it's your child, you do feel slightly differently, which I have to admit I did. I wanted for her to be okay. Like, I hated that she was ill, and like my heartstrings really tugged with that situation, which I don't think I have that same level of compassion. If anyone else around me is ill, I'm very much, I don't know if any of you have seen the gif or meme maybe of like somebody with a broom like stroking someone's back. I would do that if the broom was like 30 foot long. Like, that's me. That's my level of compassion that I usually have for someone who's ill, which is terrible. I always feel so guilty, but I'm like, I can't help it. I can't, it's a legit in their phobia. A lot of people ask me how I got through the first trimester, or how did you get to the point where you felt like you wanted to have children, because obviously if you have the phobia of sickness, the idea of being in the first trimester sounds like the worst thing in the world. And I did touch on this in my first trimester video, so I'll leave that down below if you want to go and watch that. Obviously I'm very lucky that I have a partner who is the most unfazed by bodily functions. Like, he does not care at all. Doesn't even retch. Like, I don't understand how someone can be the extreme opposite to me. It's so funny, but so useful in these situations. Alfie and I always had conversations of, if this happens, this is where you're gonna have to step up and be like the main parent. If this happens, I can step up and be the main parent. I think every parent duo or dynamic will have strengths and weaknesses, and I think the two of you were muddled to work through it. I think if I was with somebody with a weak stomach slash was also not great with vomit, I would really struggle with that because Alfie is such a help in that sense. Like, I didn't have to clear anything. That is not to say that that is how it's always going to be. Kids get ill and you don't know when that's going to happen. It could be me in the house on my own. We could be out and about. Like, I am aware that that works when we're both around. It does. It's like my brain is going, what do I do when Alfie's not here? If you'd have asked me before Novi, like, oh, like, how's your anxiety with having kids? Because I know that for some people it can get really elevated. Health anxiety can kind of get slightly worse, etc, etc. And I would have said to you, pretty good, actually. What I think happened when I had Novi was all of a sudden I went, whoa, I have two, like here I was like, oh, okay, right, are you okay, are you good? And I don't just mean being ill. Having a small child that is your entire world does make you go, oh my gosh, I just want to wrap you up in cotton wool and for you to never hurt yourself, to never get ill, to never be sad. Like, you just want you just want to protect them. And everything in my instinct was like, must protect you, must protect you. And then I kind of got used to it and was a bit like, okay, this is fine. Then when I added in Novi, I was like, whoa, now I kind of feel like I can't protect. I feel like my protection isn't enough. I don't know, I can't explain it. I don't know whether it's a maternal thing. I don't know if it's hormones. I don't know what it was, but I had this huge, overwhelming sense of, I need to now keep two people safe. I feel like I've come on here and been like, let's catch up, and then I'm like, yeah, feeling kind of anxious right now, guys. I've not had the best couple of weeks. I did always know that first sickness bug experience was gonna be a rocky one. I also was really proud of myself in some moments. I was still able to like comfort Ottie, give her cuddles, get her everything she needed. I just wasn't able to do any clearing up of any kind. I washed my hands so much that week that I had scabs on my knuckles. That's how severe my phobia is. It's very all-consuming when you are in that situation. If this was Alfie, I could say, I can do everything, I can get you what you need, I cannot be with you, I cannot comfort you, I'm not sharing a bed with you, I'm sleeping in the spare room for like a week until you're good. When it's your child, you can't really do that. Like, your child needs you, your child is asking for you, and I wanted to be able to support her and be there for her. So there were moments where I was having panic attacks and pacing and like crying on the phone to Poppy, being like, I don't know what to do. And then there were moments where I was cuddling her, hugging her, stroking her head, getting her what she needed. So I think overall, who knows, like, I think it's just about doing what you're comfortable doing and like not projecting your phobia onto your child. Oh, that's hard. That's really, really hard. But you know what? It's a work in progress. I'm not here to say I've found a cure for emetophobia and that I can give you all the tips to ensure that if you have a child and the same thing happens to you, you need to do X, Y, and Z. I really have no advice. I'm in the thick of it and I don't know either. You know what? Besides the fact that I'm like, it's kind of annoying that my brain works in the way it does, I equally find it very fascinating. I think in another life I would have loved to have studied the brain and psychology a bit more, and because I genuinely do just, I just find our brains so, I can't even think of the word, like I want to say magical, but that scenario isn't magical. Magical slash bizarre. Like the way everyone's mind just works so differently, and like the fact that, like I said, I have this extreme phobia of something and Alfie doesn't care about it at all. I'm like, that is just fascinating. I had so many messages about it. I just thought I would touch on it a little bit in our update, because actually that has been one major topic over the last couple of weeks. Anyway guys, I have rambled on at you. This is gonna be the longest video ever, because I've already rambled on at you for so long. But I like this. I like sitting down and just having a bit of a like catch up. I feel like I'm just chatting to my friends, and that's a really nice feeling. So thank you for listening to me. Guys, it feels like autumn today. The sun isn't out. It's kind of, the weather's a bit weird, and someone's doing a bonfire nearby. And if you know me, you know that that's my favourite smell. There are a few things actually in life that instantly alleviate any anxiety, and one of those things is the smell of a bonfire. Another one of those things is bird song, especially in the morning or in the evening. It just feels very special. And another one is like a barbecue smell. So I'm very invoked by scent. That is very strong like feelings and memories linked with smell for me. I need to stop chatting to you and just get on with the day, to be quite honest, because I'll be sat here forever. So one of the things I really wanted to update you on, the sweet pea and bean teepee. This is where we're currently at, and I am so happy with how it's like taken off. I've been trimming them, I've been making sure, I've been trying to like weave them up. So I do need to do a little bit more tying down, so I'm gonna keep tying them. And I also have lots to cut off, because with sweet peas, the more you cut them, the more they grow. So I want to try and cut all these gorgeous flowers. My mum is also growing sweet peas, and she brought over the most insane bunch of sweet peas I've ever seen. So I'm hoping that at some point I'll have so many that I'll just have a constant bunch of sweet peas in the house. And also the Ottie will have a very cute little like summer den. So far this is like one of my favourite things that I've been like tending to. I love it. I come out here in the evening sometimes with a little podcast on, and I sit and I tie up the sweet peas and I chop them and just make sure they're all growing in the right direction. I'm loving it. And also, sweet peas are genuinely one of my absolute favourite flowers. Like the smell of a sweet pea instantly just makes me very happy. You know, earlier when I was saying about like certain smells and things that like evoke feelings, the smell of a sweet pea is like instant happiness. If I could just bottle up this smell and have it as like a rollerball anytime I was feeling a little bit anxious, just to have that smell instantly would be just amazing. But yeah, as you can see, we've got quite a lot sort of like growing outwards, and they need to be tied on so they continue to grow to the top. So that's what I'm gonna sit and do for a little bit, I think, until I am needed elsewhere, which could be 5 minutes, could be 10, who knows. I feel like at the moment life feels very stop-start. Like you could start something, but whether or not you actually finish what you started is very hit and miss.
Here we go.
Someone's trying to sit up.
Yeah.
What? Good morning everybody. My gosh, look at the state of me this morning. Why is my camera always so zoomed in? That's better. Today is a day where I'm gonna have to really dig deep for some energy. So let's do it. Let's do it together. First on the agenda is to make myself feel like I've got a bit more energy than I do. Let's fake it till you make it, guys. That is the #1 rule. So a really important question that I have is, how long did you wear the extremely huge, high-waisted pants after you had a baby? How long did you wear them for? Because I'm 6.5 months postpartum and I still just think they're the comfiest knickers I've ever worn. Maybe I need to go back to the little Brazilian pants. Maybe that's gonna make me feel more like me. Guys, I've got thongs in here. Thongs. Underwear selected. Today is gonna be a sports bra, leggings, and an oversized jumper. I have to say, this is usually my everyday go-to. But the reason that I want to put my sports bra and leggings on is because at some point today, I want to try and do a run. We have recently got ourselves a Peloton tread, and I'm very excited about it. And I've already had a little go. I really enjoyed it. I actually ran for the longest and the furthest without stopping I think I've ever run, which makes no sense because right now I'm probably the most unfit I've ever been in my life. So I was like pleasantly surprised at my starting point. I'm gonna go jump in the shower now, put this on, do my skincare, do something with this hair that I washed and then never styled. Just washed it and just put it up wet. I am feeling fresher. Now let's do my skincare. Do you know what? This reminds me that I need to charge my Phobia because I noticed like the biggest difference in the texture of my skin when I use this, and I haven't had it charged for a while, so I've been like manually doing this and it's just not the same. So after this, I need to go and charge this. I just feel like getting a bit congested, and this usually, I think, sorts me out with a little bit of my Oskia Renaissance cleansing gel, which is still one of my favourite go-to second cleanses. I'm gonna use the Beauty Pie Japan Fusion Pure Transforming Cleanser. That is just such a nice all-round great cleanser. Now I'm going to manually use the Phobia with my Oskia Renaissance cleansing gel. Give it a little bit. Gonna use this. This is the Laneige Water Bank Hyaluronic Revitalizing Toner. What are they up to? And then I am loving this. This is the Caudalie Vino Perfect Radiance Serum Complexion Correcting. And this is lovely. I sort of flip between the Caudalie and the Drunk Elephant Bee Hydra Intensive Hydration Serum because I feel like they're quite similar and I love them both. Oh, my skin needed this. Right, moisturizer wise, I'm gonna use this. This is the Youth to the People Superfood Air Whip Moisture Cream with kale and spinach and hyaluronic acid. Beautiful. I am feeling slick, hydrated. Right, let's brush my teeth. Teeth update. I think they're definitely looking a lot straighter. Not too sure how I can fix this, but I'm just gonna straighten it and hope for the best. Should we put it on the Tonys?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just finish your
The
hair.
buffalo toy and then the buffalo toy.
Ah!
But is it the buffalo toy and buffalo toy?
Well, Mummy can always skip it to the song if you like. What colour are the spots on his back?
Purple.
Yeah. Look at Mummy. Oh, you look cute. He's the Gruffalo. Both girls have had a little swimming lesson and I am starving. We actually have somebody coming to give us sports massages, and whilst Alfie has his, I'm going to make lunch. I'm going to make a sandwich that I've been craving. We're going to make focaccia, burrata, balsamic glaze, mortadella ham and pistachio nuts. But what I'm going to need you to do, let's put some pistachios in here. I'm going to need you to crunch them all up. Can you do that?
Yes.
Right. That's it. Then you bash them. Oh, well done. Daddy's going to be... Now we need to put some burrata, but Mummy can do this bit if you like. Look at that sandwich.
Is that your sandwich or Daddy's?
I don't know. What do you think? Have I done it well? The sandwich? So that sandwich was absolutely delicious. I think it is going to be my new addiction. I've had a massage, which was very nice. I don't know if I've mentioned, maybe Alfie has, but he bought me a massage table for my birthday, which is amazing. To have a massage in your own home on like a decent table that is like the ones you have when you actually go for a massage is so nice, especially when you're trying to like fit them in around the craziness of life. So Alfie's just had a massage, I've just had a massage, and now I've put some makeup on, feeling a little bit more human. Don't know if I'm gonna get the run in today. I feel like I was feeling very optimistic this morning about trying to do a run. But I've done the opposite and had a massage, so instead of working the muscles, I've relaxed them, which is nice. Oh, and now I thought I'd sit down with you whilst I go through this box of clothes, which is Ottie's 6 to 9 months clothes, because we're already at that time, baby. I tell you what, I forgot how flipping fast you go through the outgrown clothes. Look at her, just like, this girl, she just wants to stand before she can sit. Don't you? Is this fun? Do you feel like you're at a car boot sale? Having a little rummage of your sister's old things. Oh. Does it taste good? It's very important. I loved these Magnet Mouse onesies, so I'm very happy that these are now, although I feel like that looks slightly a bit bigger for you, but oh, this is 12 months. This one's in the wrong box. Uh-oh. I tell you what has lasted so well with the girls' clothes, and both of them wearing them. Maury sleep suits. Oh my gosh. The amount of wear and washes that these sleep suits have had between both of them, and they're still just amazing quality. What do you think? Oh, I remember your sister wearing this. Oh my gosh. Where's this from? Quincy May. Cutest. We've got some really nice little linen dungarees. You just like standing in the box, don't you? Oh, we've got some good sleep suits in here. Okay, this one needs a nap, but this has been fun. I've basically just made a big old pile of clothes I need to put into your wardrobe. And then I'll need to start taking out all the 3 to 6 month things. Like this sleep suit, she's got a toe poking through, which I literally just noticed before I sat down to film this. I was like, got a little toe poking out there because someone likes to bite their feet, don't they? I'm just obsessed with the light that Ottie has in her room. I don't know if you can really tell, but the evening light that the girls both get in their bedrooms is so nice. I just feel like I just love Ottie's room so much. I love being in here. One of the things I was going to show you earlier was that we're very much in our Julia Donaldson and Axel, I'm gonna botch this up, but Scheffler era. She loves the Gruffalo, Zog, what's this one? Scarecrow's Wedding, The Stick Man, Monkey Puzzle, just all those kinds of books she's obsessed with. And then I wanted to get a book by Nick Sherratt for Ottie. It was the like ketchup on your cornflakes one, which I had as a kid, and I was like, oh my god, I need to get it. And then I basically just got really carried away with Nick Sherratt books. So we've got Jack and the Beanstalk, which came with a CD, lol. Ottie was like, what's that? And I don't think we currently have anywhere we can actually play this in our house right now, which is wild. And then What Do I Look Like? Smart Aunties, What's in the Witch's Kitchen, which is just the cutest. I just forgot how amazing these books were by Nick Sherratt. This one, Don't Put Your Finger in the Jelly Nelly. Ottie's loves that. My Mum and Dad Make Me Laugh. I basically got all these books secondhand on worldofbooks.com, I think it is. Got this one for Novi. Little Babies, Busy Day. Stick your fingers through and your fingers turn into the baby's legs. And then my mum took her to the library and got her some books. We've got a Tom Fletcher, There's an Elf in Your Book. My Daddies. And the Gruffalo in giant print and braille. I do think we already have the Gruffalo book, but maybe Mum didn't realise because she knew Ottie was really into the Gruffalo. But yeah, oh, and Famous Five. I guess we could do like a chapter a night maybe. I think she'd probably get into that, which is quite cute. Who else remembers reading Famous Five? But yeah, this is the one that I got Alfie for Father's Day, or Ottie and Novi got for Alfie. And then this, I love. This is called You Choose. I've never seen these before. You basically have pages like this, and it's like, if you could go anywhere, where would you go? And you choose, who would you like for your family and friends? What kind of house would you like? What would you put in your house? And it's very interactive. It's really fun to do with a toddler because they just pick things or laugh at things or like point things out for ages. It's a very different style of book. I think if you have a toddler that maybe doesn't sit through a whole story yet, this might be the answer because there's just so much to like talk about and look at. And you don't necessarily have to like follow a story. It's just getting them to choose things, which I think is really fun. It just mixes it up a little bit. So I just thought I would share that with you. These books are just, I just love these illustrations. I think because he illustrated all of the Jacqueline Wilson books, these drawings just feel very nostalgic to me. So yeah, love them. Ottie is very into her books right now. Every day she'll want us to read like multiple stories. She gets really into them. She has favorites. And I just remember when she was little, just being like, when is she gonna actually like want me to read a book rather than me just like reading them for the sake of it? And the time has finally come. She actually wants us to read books now, which is just really lovely because I was such a bookworm when I was younger. I just was obsessed, just reading all the time, wanting to be read to, getting lost in books and stories. And I feel like Ottie has an imagination that really like leans into that, which we're just starting to witness, which is really, really sweet. I can hear her shouting for Alfie outside. I don't know if you remember what the weather was like this morning. I had a jumper on, and now look, we're in full-on summer mode all of a sudden. What a lovely afternoon. I think Alfie and Ottie are in the garden somewhere. I can hear them shouting. Novi's down for a nap. And I think I might just chill, and then we obviously have to make dinner. Oh, Alfie and Nala. Oh, fun! Lottie has started playing Sly Fox, which I think she saw on an episode of Peppa Pig. I'll come and play Sly Fox. Can somebody update me, because I've not seen this particular episode, but is Sly Fox basically What's the Time, Mr. Wolf? Is that the same game? Because she keeps saying let's play Sly Fox, and I'm like, oh, I need to look up like how to play the game. I do have the wrong clothing on for this. I have a very strappy top and no bra, so I feel very unsupported to be running around the garden. Hello, Nala Bear. Are you chilling outside? You love being outside. What are we playing?
Sly Fox. She turns round. We have to get closer to her now, and then she'll turn around.
Okay, hang on. Let me put my camera down. As long as Nala doesn't stay there. Come on, Nala. No, Nala. You're so funny. Come on. Come on, Nala.
Nala, come on.
Come in. Who's that? Me or Mummy? Mummy, back to the start.
Why? I didn't move.
I can see Mummy moving back to the start. So you stay there. And let's go. Got ya! Go back to the start.
Saw
you! I saw you!
My hay fever is like nuts.
Did you take a hay fever tablet?
No.
Mummy and Daddy.
Mummy and Daddy's turn.
Does anyone else have a partner with savage hay fever that just never takes a tablet but just says how bad their hay fever is?
Mummy, how to do it?
We've got at least a good 45 minutes of this. You tell us when to go.
Mummy, just moving.
I didn't move!
Mummy's
I
moving.
didn't even move forward!
Does anyone else have a partner who doesn't understand just how brutal hay fever is? Do it! You'll get caught by an alligator.
And look.
Oh, that looks sore, doesn't it? Don't put your finger in the pasta, Jocasta. You'll wake up the spaghetti yeti. A spaghetti yeti?
Someone's not that tired.
Please, can you tell me a story about a monkey who goes swimming?
Opening my story too.
Okay, so Daddy said a monkey that goes swimming. I would also like a pink bus. Yeah, and a monkey that goes swimming.
There we go.
And once we do swimming, we want to do in pink spot.
Yeah.
What? Mum said she actually did her to butt like the pig. And then she'll jump with that monkey said, I didn't know I would do swimming.
Bedtime is done. High five, high 10.
Did Mother and get you?
Right on that bit.
Oh, look, you've got a red mark.
Yeah, that really hurt.
Shall we go?
What? To the hospital?
Should we go to the hospital now?
I knew you were going to say
Do you want
that.
me to call 9? I need to say 911.
Shut up. If that happened to you, you would...
I would have done the same as you.
I think you've burst a vein.
Oh, here we go. Come on then, let's go to the hospital. No, I know what that is. Broken knuckle.
I've got a smeary lens.
I'm worried about your knuckle.
Guys, I apologise if I've had this smeary lens the whole time. This whole vlog. I'm a bit scared about damaging this camera because you just can't find it anywhere to buy.
Yeah, they just don't have any.
What's going on with
we should have a
that?
spare at all times.
I know, I'm a bit
Maybe we
scared
should try and
about
order
it.
one tonight. Anyways,
it's the end of the day.
it's been a nice day though.
It's been such a nice
It's been
day.
a really fun day.
And actually, the start of the day felt like autumn and the end of the day felt like summer. And then when I looked at the weather app, the whole next week is like lovely weather.
Is it?
Look.
I know tomorrow's nice. I didn't know the whole...
Look at the weekend.
Yo, until Tuesday. 25.
Yeah, that's why I
What are
said...
we doing on Tuesday?
I was like, we need a
think-
barbecue.
This could be our summer. The next 10 days could be the only summer we get.
I kind of want it to like be also in July because we've got a trip planned in July and I really want us to have good weather for it. I think it would be...
I think we will do.
I hope so.
I just feel it.
I hope so.
We need to, in the next week, we need to do barbecue, pizza oven.
Yeah. Let's try and make it happen. And I want to do that painting your partner. Maybe one of these days we can suggest and see who's around.
Should we buy a load of things tonight?
Canvases and
paints.
easels and paints, yeah.
Do we need easels?
Yeah, to put it up so the other person doesn't see.
Okay.
Otherwise it's flat on the table.
Yeah, and then everyone will see.
I can't wait. I think it's going to be so good.
Yeah, but you're genuinely good at art.
No, hang on.
I'm so bad.
Otti asked me to draw a dog the other day and I failed miserably. I was like, I don't know how to draw a dog. I'm not as good
I don't
at
think
art
I've
as you
tried
think
to
I
like.
am.
I don't think I've ever tried to draw anything like serious.
I'm really
like, ever
excited
in
to
my
see
life.
yours.
Because in art it was like much more abstract than like do a portrait.
You could draw me abstract.
I wouldn't even know how to.
Anyway,
I might have to look online
we'll
for
make some fun
inspo.
plans and we'll be sure to take you along. But for now, I'm going to end this video here. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.
Let us know
and
what your plans are for the next week.
yeah, give us some like summer inspo. Let us know what you're planning to do in the nice weather and maybe there's something there that we can be like, oh, I
That'd
want
be
to
good.
do that.
What would your dream Zoe Sugg summary vlog be?
Maybe we
That's a
can
good
make
question.
it happen. Or maybe a month of summer vlogs.
Possibly.
Who knows?
There possibly
There
could be a
might
month
be.
coming.
There might be a month where we film every day. Anyway, on that note, good night and thanks for watching.